My toxic trait is that I love being right. Oh, I love being right. And I was right. Because if you've been following me for the past week or so, you know that I will not shut up about this Bob Ross sale because I knew this was a big deal in the art world. Everybody else in the art world wasn't talking about it, but I've been on it. And let me tell you exactly why I was right. And by the way, as I said, I was bidding at this auction on the phone, and I will tell you all about my bids. First things first, if you haven't been following, the Bob Ross Corporation put up 30 Bob Ross paintings for sale, all going to benefit public television stations in a charity auction. But the charity auction was through Bonham's Auction House. So for you art world people, this is official auction results that will show on ArtNet. Anyways, these works were really significant because they were the first publicly auctioned Bob Ross works that he actually painted on his show. You could buy Bob Ross works at auction before, but just random ones he did, not ones he painted on the show. And I was saying that this was a huge deal, and boy, was it a big deal. So 3 works came up for auction. This was the first, and this one he did not paint on his show. The next 2 he did, and this one went for $114,000, including the buyer's premium. Ultimately, I tapped out pretty early at this one at $35,000. Now, here was the first Bob Ross that has ever come up for auction that he painted on TV. Now, I decided at the last minute to be a little bit more conservative with my bidding, so I tapped out at $80,000, and this ultimately sold for $170,000, and then if you paid the buyer's premium, it was $229,000. So when I bid 80, it would have been like bidding like 105. And now finally we have this one, and I knew this was gonna go for the most. This was the big kahuna. I mean, this one is just spectacular. Look at that sky. And yes, he also painted this on TV. And this one I tapped out at $170,000. It ultimately went for $250,000. With the buyer's premium, it was $318,000. So we just went through a bunch of numbers. Let me tell you why this is such a big deal. Because just a year or two, Bob Rosses were selling at auction for like $50,000, $60,000. And I was calling it. All my friends knew I was saying these are undervalued. Bob Ross is going to be a market-making artist. And then in August at Bonham's, a couple works sold for $90,000 and one sold for $115,000. And now you have another record and another record. Bang, bang, 2 records in a row. That means he now has an incredible upward linear projection. This is a collector's item. Now, some reporters were speculating that the paintings could have gone for as high as $1 million. And although they didn't, I absolutely am calling it now that they will be. Because there's a limited supply, price is going up, and he's got extreme cultural impact. I'm telling you, this is hotter than gold. You heard it here first, or you heard it here second. But either way, you heard it. All right. Peace.